me! Move me out!
You will go one-on-one with The Undertaker!
Hello, everybody. You're listening to Hit the Books, the only weekly realistic fantasy booking podcast in the universe. Each week, we set out to write both Raw and Smackdown every single week. We've been doing it for, I think, almost 2 years. I got to look at the date because we're actually probably coming up on 2 years now. I think about it, Mikey.
But in a couple months.
Well, we're coming up on that one. We've been doing it for a long time, and we are so excited to continue doing it today for you, the audience listening at home. I am your host, Ryan Knightsey. With me, as always, is the man of 1,000 nicknames, Mikey Manfredi. Mikey, how are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing great. I'm excited to book this card. The comeback show from Backlash.
The return home comeback extravaganza.
The return home come Backlash show.
Come back. I don't like that. Actually, you know what? There's something about that I'm not enjoying. And I don't know. I don't want to put my finger on it, but I don't like it. Yeah, we're back. We're back at it. We did a Backlash pay-per-view special last Sunday. If you haven't heard it, highly recommend it. Or if you want to just do a quick read, of course, you can head on over to HTP Pod to get that read on, get that rundown. But yeah, big pay-per-view. So I loved it. I had a lot of fun doing it, like always, Mikey. I'm surprised by some of the results, especially coming out of it. But I'm even more excited. You know, we got Extreme Rules coming down the line to start prepping ourselves for the next pay-per-view. Because the train never stops going, baby.
Next stop, Extreme
Rules. Extreme Rules. Can't forget the rules. If you forget the rules, then it's Jeff Hardy. Because then it's just Extreme. Yeah, so thank you, everybody.
Extreme Rules, baby.
Thank you, everybody, for listening to the show. Whether or not you're a new listener or an old listener, of course, we are very thankful for you either checking us out or staying with us for this long haul. We greatly appreciate every single one of you. And ignore my classic Ryan Seacrest voice when I say that. I do mean that with all the sincerity in my heart. I've been told, Mikey,
yes, we love you, listeners. Thank you for subscribing.
Oh, God, Mikey's doing a bit. Mikey can't do the same bit. Because then people actually think we're being insincere. No, we're being genuine. I have a problem, I've realized, that I'm like, and I am trying to break it actively, of like, someone's told me that I put on a sort of like Ryan Seacrest host voice, and I'm really trying hard to break it and be like the casual cool guy that you know I am.
I mean, you're both Ryans. You're both hosts of a show.
Uh-huh.
And so the comparison is there.
Are these our only two similarities, or you got more?
You're both tall?
Ryan Seacrest, known for being short.
Never mind. I don't know Ryan Seacrest enough.
Do you know who Ryan Seacrest is?
Sorry, Ryan Seacrest. I don't know you personally, bud.
Ryan Seacrest, 5'7". Ryan Knightsey, 6'5".
Interesting. So Ryan Seacrest is closer to my height than yours, which is interesting.
Exactly. Ryan Seacrest is a shorty man. That's all I got.
Whoa. Are you calling me short?
Yes, you are. Compared to
indirectly?
me, compared to me, yes, I'm 6'5". I'm ginormous.
Ouch.
What do you mean, ouch?
That's
That's not. What do you mean? That's a fact. These are all facts. I'm going to defend my height.
Anyway.
I'm going to defend my height to my last dying breath.
I think it's about time to move on.
No, never on time. I'm the host here. I say what goes. I say when we move on. And you know what? It's unrelated.
Oh, no, this is becoming a monarchy.
I have 100% control. This is my show now. I got nothing. I've lost the energy of the bit. But yeah, let's move on to the show. Like we said at the top of the show, every single week, this sort of flagship show of ours, Hit the Books, we set out to write every single episode of both Raw and SmackDown. That includes the matches, match results, the storylines that go within all that, the promos, everything else. And we sort of write the cards separately and present them to each other on this show, in which case then you, the listener, can go onto our Twitter at HitTheBooksPod and vote on which card you liked more. Pretty simple, right? It's kind of like a GM mode, it's like a GM mode, but it's also kind of like just everyday WWE. Like, it's just like we're the bookers. So, we're not the boogers, the bookers. For Raw and SmackDown. Mikey, SmackDown.
I'm glad you made that clarification.
Yeah, I don't want to be making confused for anyone, but we're not boogers, to my knowledge. Mikey, are you a booger? You have to tell me. Is there a zipper on your neck right now? Do I see a zipper?
Yeah, right? Just like, oh no, you caught me. I am a booger.
Oh no, I'm Osmosis Jones. Man, so good. Anyways, am I going on Tangent City? Probably. Let's start the goddamn show. Mikey, last week, obviously we did the pay-per-view, but the pay-per-view, we aren't really doing votes from the audience on the pay-per-view since it's the mixed show. We can't do it. But last week we had its own separate card. Episode 9 was last week, and the audience voted. And boy, howdy, am I upset because it's 83% SmackDown wins versus Raw's 17.
Whoa. The fans were feeling Friday night this week.
Yes, they were, and I am upset about it. That does mean the official tally of Raw versus SmackDown becomes 4-4-1 since we got a tie in 1 week.
Oh man, it's like really tied up.
Really tied up, baby. It's extremely tied up, and I really need to get the ball rolling here. I think I've sort of been. I need to start. I don't know what my issue is. I'm not sure. I feel like obviously I've been doing something wrong since you've gotten. I think you've gotten 3 weeks in a row. Well, excluding the tie, that's 3 weeks in a row. With the tie, it's 4 weeks, I guess. But I need to be doing something, and maybe I've just been stretching some ideas long for too long. I need to move on to actual contenders and move on to actual stuff and get the ball rolling here. Because I'm losing. I need to do something desperately.
Yeah, dude, I'm like on a hot streak right now. I'm flying through these weeks. I'm booking awesome card after awesome card after awesome card. Pow, pow, pow. Better watch out.
Oh, my God. He's got guns. Oh, God. Mikey, put your pow-pows down. Let's start at the goddamn show. I'll open up first since you're gonna have to hit the randomizer on me to ruin my life.
Yeah.
My show, though, however, Mikey, is opening up. We've been prepping for it. The return. Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman open up. They're saying that despite weeks of keeping Paul Heyman saying this, of course, that despite weeks of keeping my eyes out for potential challengers, Heyman says that no one has seemed to separate themselves from the pack. I mean, if you want to take on my client, you need to be tough, resilient, a dominant badass, just like my client. No one achieved that, which is incredibly sad. So it appears that not one person will be able to fight my client, the reigning and defending. Mikey, can you finish up here?
The reigning, defending, undisputed WWE champion, Brock Lesnar.
And right before Paul Heyman can finish that, AJ Styles comes out.
They don't want none. They don't want none.
AJ Styles says that if anyone has stepped out of the pack, it's the resident Pitbull, the phenomenal one, AJ Styles. I took you to the limit once before, Brock, and I can take you there again. I'm the only person on this roster that can stand toe to toe to you and take back my WWE Championship.
Ooh, big words from AJ.
And then comes out Keith Lee. Keith Lee comes out and does a stare down to Brock. Literally standing toe to toe to Brock Lesnar.
Ooh, that's a big boy.
Keith Lee said, "What did the thing Brock say Royal Rumble. Who's this big motherfucker?
Yeah. Who's it? Well, that's a big motherfucker.
Keith Lee says that no one in life deserves anything, AJ. But what I did the past couple weeks is proved
dark take from Keith Lee. No one deserves anything. We're all the worst.
No, he's saying that no one deserves anything, AJ. You don't deserve a shot.
No one's entitled to anything. I think is what you mean to say.
Yeah, maybe that's what I meant to say. Yes, and I hope Keith Lee is able to say that. But what I did the past couple weeks is prove what I am capable of. I beat Roman Reigns. I beat Daniel Bryan. I can beat you, Brock. And if it's a competition you want, Paul, I'm here to give it. Then AJ Styles attacks Keith Lee, knocking him over and stares down Brock, or stares up Brock. Keith Lee then gets up and pounces Styles, which, of course, Brock presumably loves. Paul Heyman pulls
Brock and Heyman are just like watching them fight each other. Like,
yeah, Heyman pulls.
Yes, destroy each other for us.
Heyman pulls back Brock, and then Paul and Brock Lesnar leave.
All right,
that's the show opener, baby.
Big way to open the show.
Yes, it is. Speaking of big ways to open the show, let's open up with our first match, which is Andrade, with, of course, Zelina Vega, taking on Daniel Bryan.
Big match. I love it.
Yeah, if you remember last week's show, Daniel Bryan and Andrade got a little bit of a heated argument backstage. So we're going to settle out in the ring, and settle out they do with Daniel Bryan getting the victory.
Wow, big win for Daniel Bryan here. Settling that argument from last week, and the only way wrestlers know how, fight each other.
Of course. What else are you going to do? Have a civil discussion?
No.
Ridiculous.
What are we, a debate team? We're wrestlers.
Exactly.
Well, we aren't wrestlers, but you get the point.
Not yet. Not until we start our own promotion, and we book ourselves as wrestlers.
Book ourselves to win every match, Cody Rhodes.
Jesus. Next up is backstage. The backstage segment. Sheamus walks up to John Morrison, demanding to John, asking him when is their match. John, of course, is confused. John, of course, is confused and asks Sheamus what he is talking about. Sheamus grabs Morrison by the collar and says that you said...
Whoa, chill.
That you said, if I help you win at Backlash, you said you were going to give me an Intercontinental title match. John Morrison yells, all right, okay, let go. This is priceless apparel, Shamey. Morrison tells Sheamus that I appreciate... Of course. Morrison tells Sheamus that I appreciate you helping me out last Sunday, but, Sheamus, technically, I lost the match. You see, you attacked Miz, which made him the winner, so technically you suck at your job. So, see you later. Morrison turns around to leave, but Sheamus instead grabs him and punches him in the face. He beats down Morrison for a little bit until Morrison is able to grab a steel chair and hit Sheamus with it, and then able to run away.
Whoa, the comeback almost like a comeback. He came back, started winning in the fight, and instead of finishing him off, he was like, I'm out.
He's a chicken shit heel, John Morrison, he is. So he's just sort of like, steel chair, I'm out. I'm not doing this. I'm not fighting you. I don't need to.
Incredible.
I don't want to. Moving on to the next match, which is the team of LLC, Bobby Lashley and Cesaro, of course, with Lana by their side. I've been thinking recently about how Lana is sort of in real life, getting divorced, quote unquote, with Bobby Lashley, and how MVP is more and more relevant. I've been sort of thinking about, should I have MVP? Should this be MVP now?
Are you saying that it's time for MVP and Bobby Lashley to get engaged?
I'm not saying it. I'm demanding it. It's a huge difference.
MVP pushed Lana out because he loves Bobby Lashley more.
Of course. It's the Liv Morgan storyline all over again. Now, speaking of big difference, LLC, Lashley, and Cesaro are taking on Lucha House Party. LLC are going to get the win here. After the match, LLC motioned towards their waist, sort of miming title belts.
Interesting. Going after the tag champs and the New Day, I see.
Well,
Thinking about it.
They like money, and what's best way of money than being a champion and
that
having
champion's
some gold?
purse.
The classic champion's purse. Next up, we got a video package that just is showcasing the New Day versus Rollins and Murphy build with Kofi's promo from last week. You remember the one. Along with the pay-per-view match highlights and, of course, the New Day winning. Then we go into the next match, which leads directly into the next match, which is the War Raiders taking on the new Raw Tag Team Champions, the New Day, in a non-title match.
All right.
New Day here being, I don't know, let's do Big E and Kofi. So Woods
Classic.
is sitting out. Woods is sitting out. After the match, I should say, New Day win. The New Day win here.
Okay, all right.
So good on them. After the match, Rollins and Murphy come out. Rollins said that he loved what Kofi said about bringing new blood into Raw last week. Rollins says, look at Disciple Murphy here. Murphy was just a cruiserweight, having great matches over on 205 Live, getting zero love and zero praise for his accomplishments. I plucked him out of that obscurity and gave him something more, a platform to showcase his talents in the name of a new Monday Night Raw. You see, Kofi, we are the massive change that Raw desperately needs, not the New Day. And our power is only getting bigger. And then suddenly, Dave Mastiff debuts and attacks the New Day from behind.
My boy! The biggest boy!
Simply crushing everybody. Mastiff then joins Rollins and Murphy at the entrance ramp, and the three of them leave together.
I love the trios action.
Trios action, baby.
I love Dave Mastiff making his debut. I love him just destroying the New Day by himself because he's a big lad.
Mastiff, Murphy, and Rollins. Murr, baby.
No, it's more like murr.
Yeah, first we got next we're gonna invite someone onto the. We're gonna get. Is there not a single wrestler with that name? Now that I think about it, I was gonna say we're gonna get a wrestler with the name Frank to join this faction. So then we'll have Frank. We'll have Murr. And then when they win the gold, and when they win Tag Team Championship again, they'll have the gold. So we'll have Frank and Murr and gold. That's some sort of a gift of the Magi. Not gift of the Magi. It's some... Fuck, you know what? Cut this.
What just happened?
I think I had a stroke, honestly.
Are you good?
I don't know, dude. I don't know. I think I had a
rough.
stroke. Thank you.
It was rough. I don't know about that one.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
It was a long shot.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. Leave it in. Leave it in. I want people to know my flaws. Oh, man. Okay, well then let's keep moving along. We got obviously the huge debut of Dave Mastiff, and he's joining Rollins and Murphy. Next up, we have a backstage interview with Natalya. The interviewer explains, Charlie Caruso explains, that it has been confirmed that next week Alexa Bliss will defend her Raw Women's Championship against Natalya. Natalya says that is great news. She saw online that people were complaining about Alexa not having a single title defense since winning the title at WrestleMania in April.
Fair complaint.
Fair complaint. And Natalya talked to some people and got the match made. Natalya says that with Becky Lynch leaving to become a mother, which of course, congratulations, Becky. There's a humongous hole left by the man. Natalya believes that she's the only person really left for that job, so I'm going to take the opportunity and win the Raw Women's Championship and get my momentum back with a huge start.
Would you say it's a manhole?
No, I wouldn't actually. Why would you say? I'm confused. I don't know what you mean. Manhole.
I like this though. I like Natalya getting a chance at Alexa Bliss, and I like everyone complaining about Alexa Bliss never defending. I think that's funny.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, why could she just have that?
She just won it and then never. She hasn't. I was looking at it. She hasn't defended it once since April in 2 months.
And no one's even been bothering to go after her for it. Everyone's just been like, yeah, all right.
Everyone was like everyone was fighting over the Money in the Bank briefcase, or the women's tag team championships. No one was fighting over the fucking actual singles title. So there we go. I mean,
it's wild.
I mean, behind the scenes, also fucking. I had nothing. I had nothing. I was gonna have a Becky Lynch Alexa Bliss title match at Money in the Bank, but that obviously fell through, or not fell through. It's gonna be a Backlash, and that fell through. So yeah. So I was like, wow, okay, I got nothing on this one. Yeah. So I gotta put someone. So I'm gonna do a title match. Natalya, surprisingly, when I published those rankings on htppod.com, Natalya was in the top 10. Let me tell you.
Whoa.
Yeah, she was legit. She was like, shoot.
We had that. Yeah, I remember a while ago she had that big push, and I guess she just never fell from it.
Yeah, I mean, she hasn't. She's lost a couple matches, but never she never significantly dropped down. To give an update, of course, you can find these rankings at htppod.com. That's Hit the Books Pod, basically.
Pod.
Natalya is number 7 on the Raw roster. Up 3 from last pay-per-view from Money in the Bank. So Natalya is still up there. So I was just looking at it being like, let me just do a title shot. I need to do a title shot. Let me just do one. I wanted to do one on TV. Let me just do one. And, Natalya's my best bet here. With Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley, the women's tag team champions. And Carmella, not really anything since she lost to Shayna Baszler that one time.
Whoa.
So I was like, Natalya hasn't done anything. Let's fucking do Natalya then. Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep moving along. Next up, we got a singles match, which is Roman Reigns versus Elias.
Whoa. Big shot for Elias here.
Big shot for your Elias here. I haven't done anything of Elias in forever.
It's like this match is like Elias has everything to gain and Roman has nothing to lose.
That's fair. Roman is hoping to get back at his WWE Championship, and what better way to start at the bottom, I guess. He did get that huge win against Bray Wyatt at Backlash. He's got to find ways to get back to the WWE Championship. How is he going to get Brock over there? So Roman, I should say, Roman does win this match, but it looks like it's not over because after the match, the Fiend attacks Roman.
Whoa. I mean, fair, but whoa. The Fiend actually making his appearance here since Money in the Bank,
Correct.
I think, right? He's angry.
I've teased this already. Don't forget that promo.
You have
last week.
He's finally
here. I teased it last week in a promo last week.
He's finally here. Roman has made.
And I've also, in a way, I've also teased where I'm going. So good luck figuring it out, folks. Tweet at me.
What then? It's almost like we don't know what the next
Extreme Rules. Oh no, Mikey! I've teased it hard, and it's going to take serious sleuths to figure out what my tease is leading towards.
Serious hard.
Do you have any idea what I'm leading to?
Could it possibly be an Extreme Rules match between The Fiend and Roman Reigns?
It might be a match between the two, but it's not an Extreme Rules match. Interesting. Think harder. Think back to those promos. Speaking of... I'll let you sit on that one, Mikey. Speaking of...
Is it a Firefly Funhouse match?
No. Get that shit out of here. But speaking of expert sleuths, we're having what I call the R-Truth detective segment. In
finding the R-Truth.
R-Truth. This is
R-Truth finding the hard
R-Truth finding the hard truth. There we go. This segment, I will say, it's shot cinematically. R-Truth is wearing a fedora and an overcoat, and it's shot in black and white. So there we go. R-Truth, he's backstage or in some room. He's connecting strings to a corkboard like all detectives do. He's got pictures of, obviously, the 4 guys from the security tape that Roman had. He's got a picture of Aleister Black. He's got a picture of just the word truth on it, along with other nonsense. Very fashion police-esque. Not too over the too over the top like that, but things nonsensical.
Does he have a picture of like Roman connected to a picture of what Roman was eating?
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Thank you. It's like a picture of a bagel or something. R-Truth doesn't talk. Instead, we hear R-Truth's inner thoughts. Like it's sort of like a noir movie kind of thing. Yeah. Since that's what I'm replicating here, R-Truth's inner thoughts are heard, and they're saying, it would appear that these 4 men attacked Aleister Black. Was probably a targeted attack. Either they wanted to take out Al, or someone else did. But if it's not Roman, as R-Truth holds up a picture of Roman and throws away, who was it? Was it Sheamus all along? R-Truth then pulls out a magnifying glass and looks closely at the picture of the van that was in that security footage. He notices something, like pops away from the magnifying glass, and then goes like zoom and enhance, and he pulls out a larger magnifying glass, and he looks over. And R-Truth is
so fucking absurd.
R-Truth is looking at the rear view mirror on the van, and classic style, that's hanging off the rear view mirror is like a almost like a rosary, like a charm of a cross. Truth looks at a picture of Sheamus. Interesting. Looks at a picture of Sheamus wearing the Celtic cross. It's not the same. It's hard. I mean, it's obviously hard to tell, but it's probably not the same thing. But he puts the 2 and 2 together and says and thinks, "Eureka! I've caught him red-handed," and then he leaves.
More like red-handed.
Yeah! Bam, bam, bam. He puts on glasses. Oh my god! I thought about doing that. But then changing it. But I was like, I want to stay in the noir. I want to stay in the noir realm. I legit thought about switching it every week like that, but I was like, you know what? I'm staying noir style.
I kind of like that. I kind of like the noir. I kind of like the idea of it going like noir style to like Magnum PI style. Like,
yeah, I really thought of it, and then NCIS and all this stuff. But I'm committing to the noir. I'm committing to the noir for the payoff.
Like every time Truth makes a discovery, it's like dun dun
dum bum 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 bum. Yeah, I thought about this all. But I I've been thinking about it. I think I got it. I think I figured it all out. I think I'm sticking with it.
I think the name of the segment, now that I'm thinking about it, should be just Hard Truth, but the R is capitalized, so just like R.
Or like hard is red, truth is blue, but the R in hard is also blue.
Yeah.
Hard truths with R.
Hard truths with R truth.
Perfect. There we go, baby. Okay. Next up, and that's it, and that's that segment. Mikey, thoughts on that segment?
I thought you were gonna say that's the show, and I was like, "Wow, bold way to end it."
No, thoughts on that segment before we get into the actual main event, or you just want to get into the main event?
Oh, it was great. I always love an R-Truth segment. I like the zoom and enhance. He just pulls out a bigger magnifying glass. Well, just like the absurdity of that is very strong.
What I'm trying to do with this character is like have him be still comical, but also like trying to be serious. Like he's like trying to be serious, but he's still like an idiot and comical about it. So it's just like perfect.
Yeah.
We're like, it was like Fashion Police was sort of just comical here because I'm trying to stick with the noir theme. I want him to be like slightly serious about it. So yeah.
Instead of like smoking a cigarette, he has like a lollipop.
The candy cigarette. Just stealing from a community bit. But let's finish out the show with the main event, which is, of course, the Genetic Goddesses, your Raw Women's Champion, Alexa Bliss, with former Miss Money in the Bank, Nia Jax, taking on the new Women's Tag Team Champions, Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley.
All right. Nice match.
Very nice match. And the winners of this match are, interesting enough, Mikey, the Genetic Goddesses.
What?
Yes.
Against the new women's tag team champions?
Exactly. Of course, Shayna Baszler was, of course, watching this match from the backstage. But, Janelle Goss get the win, so no cash in.
Dang.
And that's the show. and that's Raw, baby.
What a big win for the Genetic Goddesses to finish it off over the women's tag team champions.
Yeah, well, it's like I was thinking, like Alexa Bliss is having a title match next week, so she should probably get the win. But I also like the idea of them beating Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley for some reason. Mm-hmm. Who knows?
Interesting.
Who knows? Maybe there's ideas. I don't know.
Interesting on their first match after becoming champions, Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley lose.
That's true. Maybe I shouldn't have had them lost, but whatever. It's happened. It's happened, folks. Get used to it.
No, it's fine. It's definitely it's interesting. It's not what I would have expected, but it's interesting.
Yes. I don't know. Maybe I'm leading something. Get off my back, ladies.
Whoa.
Oh, I said ladies. Mikey, that was my Monday Night Raw, and as per custom, I was the first person. I was also the loser. What? You have to hit the randomizer on me.
Yes, I do.
The randomizer, of course, we have a giant list of things on our Google sheet here that will just randomize some sort of thing, sort of the things that could happen in real life. Injuries, sort of controversial moments, network notes, different aspects of all those things. So we sort of do all that so we can try to make it as real, like we are the actual bookers of Raw and SmackDown. So Mikey, hit me. What's happening this week?
All right, so what's happening this week, Ryan, is that you got double booked. I got to hit the randomizer twice, baby.
Oh, no. Oh, well, I guess that's a good comeback from the pay-per-view. Since I think didn't I steal your thing or something?
Yes, at the pay-per-view you stole my spin and I got hit twice, so now it's revenge.
God dang.
All right, Ryan. So for my first randomizer spin on you, I got another Pick'ems. I got to change the result of one of your matches.
Whoa, no. Okay. Well then, a Pick'em.
Let's see what we got.
Yeah, look. So
what match do I want to change this week?
So of course the matches this week were Daniel Bryan versus Andrade with Bryan getting the win, LLC versus Lucha House Party with LLC getting the win, New Day versus the War Raiders with New Day getting the win, Roman Reigns versus Elias with Roman Reigns getting the win, and Genetic Goddesses versus Morgan Ripley, Genetic Goddesses getting the win.
All right, so I'm between two here.
Okay, what are you between?
I'm between your first match and your main event.
Okay, that's good. I'm okay.
I think I'm gonna go with the first match and have Andrade win.
Have Andrade win. Why is that?
I think it's more interesting. I think Daniel Bryan has been pretty dominant in the past few weeks, except for his loss to Keith Lee. But otherwise, and I think it's just a big win for Andrade that he needs.
Okay, I get that. I love how generous you are about this. You're such a nice person that you're like, I'm gonna make it have more.
Listen,
sense.
I know you. We both work hard on these cards. I don't want to completely make it blow up in your face.
You don't want Lucha House Party to win?
I did, but
that would have ruined me. Probably, I would have been like, shit, I had nothing. I don't think. Oh man. Okay, no, I appreciate that. Right, I appreciate it, Mikey. Andrade gets the win over Bryan.
I'm doing.
That doesn't. On the surface right now, I don't think it will affect me too much. I have ideas of where it's going, but I really just have the beginning and the end. So maybe with this new beginning, I can still find a way to get to the end.
Yeah, I think you might. I think you'll be all right.
Yeah, it was the first.
So Ryan, for your second. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say that this is the first match in their feud, so I got time. Could be worse.
So for your second randomizer hit, you got add a segment. Someone went short in their match length, and now you have to add a segment to make up for the time.
Fuck. Are you serious? Okay. Sure.
All right. So how about while you think of that, I'll start presenting my SmackDown card for this week.
Please.
All right.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Yeah. Sure.
So this week, SmackDown opens up with our new SmackDown Women's Champion Bayley. She comes to the ring and says, "I can't believe after all this time, I'm finally SmackDown Women's Champion again. I overcame some of the fiercest competition SmackDown has to offer, and I know that most, if not all of them, are going to want a shot at me. And to that, I say, bring it on." And then Bayley begins to leave, and as she's walking up the ramp, a fan jumps from the crowd and beats her up.
Oh, a fan? What are they doing?
The fan rips off their hood and is revealed to be Asuka.
Revealed to be Chris Jericho.
What? You don't know Chris Jericho loves his hood pull downs or mask rip-offs. She beats up Bayley and heads to the back. So Asuka jumping Bayley right after her promo from the crowd. Maybe it looks like Asuka's not quite over her loss at Backlash quite yet.
Okay.
Match number 1. We have Humberto Carrillo versus Drake Maverick.
Oh.
In which Drake Maverick picks up the victory, but afterwards Carrillo attacks Maverick and beats him down. So another beatdown. This is part of the gimmick change I got rolled on last week.
Oh shit!
Or not last week, or this Sunday, I guess, at the pay-per-view.
I think it was last week, actually.
Yeah, at the pay-per-view, you rolled gimmick change on me, so I had to switch somebody's gimmick, and the gimmick change is going to be Humberto Carrillo going from face to a heel, and then the gimmick I gotta still work on. But I know he's changing alignment.
He's changed alignment. You just have to explain the reason.
He's not happy. He's not happy, smiley Humberto Carrillo anymore. Big dimples. He is a little more sinister, and he is angry at something.
Oh, he's angry about something. Is it a One Nation additional member?
Maybe. Seems like a good addition.
Either Mikey, you can use that one. That one's free.
Speaking of One Nation, the next segment is a backstage interview with the new tag team champions, One Nation.
Well, there we go.
Me and Tozawa knew that this was going to be the outcome from the start. We are the most dominant tag team in WWE right now. We can't be stopped by anyone, especially not those dolts from Heavy Machinery. Street Profits interrupt the interview.
Sorry, not dolts. It's bolts. They're Heavy Machinery, so it should be bolts.
Da 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 da. Street Profits interrupt the interview, and Ford says, "Now I know you didn't just talk about Heavy Machinery that way, especially after their championship reign. However, I'm going to ignore that for now because you said no one can stop you. You haven't even faced us yet. So I say if you want the smoke, come get some later tonight." Cruz nods and says, "Challenge accepted. One Nation, head out."
Wow. Okay. I like it.
Which leads to the announcement of our main event tonight, One Nation versus the Street Profits.
Ooh.
In a non-title match.
Okay, non-title match. I was just about to ask. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. They've had history.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
They've had history, but they've never going back in my notes here. They've never actually had an official match yet.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Did they have a match back in the old days? Back before we split it up?
Since we split it up, they haven't had a match.
Okay,
against each other.
I will double check then on the before times for you.
Okay. While you do that, I'm going to move on.
Of course.
To match number 2, Charlotte Flair versus Candice LeRae, in which Charlotte Flair picks up the victory.
A classic.
Just a good match. To put on the Smackdown card.
Yeah.
Charlotte Flair gets the victory, remaining dominant. Obviously, the Queen. Maybe working her way up to Bayley after Asuka gets her hands on her, I guess.
Yeah, I like how you do this thing, Mikey, where you do kind of have just a match. It's kind of like AEW Dark in the sense where it's just like it's a match, but you're like I've noticed it. You are always like building a person. Whoever gets the win is a person you kind of like implicitly are building. Mm-hmm. Whether it just be like having an oral match or whatever, and it's like okay, I like it.
I just like sometimes just having a match that doesn't have a storyline behind it. Sometimes you just want to see two people wrestle, and they get to wrestle.
Yeah, I get you.
Next up, we have a video package Drew McIntyre sitting at the fire, looking at his mantle, staring at the demon's headpiece. He downs a glass of whiskey and walks over to the mantle. He takes the headpiece off and looks at it for a short while before saying, "Looks like this hunt isn't over." He throws the headpiece into the fire, sits back down in his chair, pours himself some more whiskey, and watches it burn with a big smile on his face.
Wow. Wow.
So Drew McIntyre throwing away his demon trophy because he didn't quite finish the hunt, clearly, after what we've seen in the past few weeks. So Drew McIntyre is back on the demon hunt.
Okay. I like it. I like it a lot. To go back to the Street Profits thing, in February, end of January, February, Street Profits, One Nation, sort of had a little feud there. When Mustafa Ali was with that group still, they had a little feud going.
Right, they did have a little history.
Yeah, so a small little history back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. I like this too. I like. We get a little bit more of the Hunter, Drew McIntyre, burning the headdress.
Yeah, because it was his trophy for defeating the demon, but now the demon's back.
The demon's back, so the trophy is nothing. So the hunt continues. I like it.
The trophy means nothing. Yeah,
got some
trophy will mean nothing until the demon is dead.
Lucha Underground vibes here, baby.
Next up, we have match number 3, Nikki Cross versus Dana Brooke, with Nikki Cross getting the victory. Just another good straight-up match.
Okay.
And I feel like we haven't seen Nikki Cross or Dana Brooke in a while, so put them in a match. Just let it build them up a little bit. Put them back in people's eyes.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
After this, we have a backstage segment where Asuka is found heading to her car to leave. The interviewer catches up and asks why she attacked Bayley. Asuka says, "She has something that belongs to me. I want it back." And Asuka gets in her car and leaves.
Oh. Interesting.
Short, sweet, and to the point.
Interesting route of Asuka. Interesting.
Hey guys, Mikey here. Next up was actually supposed to be a match with Matt Riddle, but due to allegations that have come up recently, I am changing it to a match between Shelton Benjamin and Pete Dunne. And then after that match, which Pete Dunne gets the victory, he's going to get on a mic and tell the crowd, it's my time to shine. I'm going to run over everyone on this brand and be the best fighter SmackDown has ever seen. I've had my eyes on a certain prize for a couple of weeks now, and I plan on taking it sooner rather than later. And then Dunn leaves after his cryptic message. So I'm replacing the Matt Riddle match and segment with a Pete Dunne segment because there's no room for sexual assault or sexual harassment in wrestling. It should be a safe space for everybody. And if these allegations are true, then we will obviously not use Matt Riddle again, and he's a shitty person for it. But right now they're just allegations, and they should be taken seriously. And until we get proof that he didn't do it or he did do it, we're not going to be using Matt Riddle for a while. So, yeah, back to the show. This leads into our main event of One Nation versus the Street Profits, in which One Nation pick up the victory after Tozawa distracts the referee, which allows Cruz to hit Angelo Dawkins with the tag belt and get the pinfall.
Nice. Classic heel win there. A little chicken shitty, but still very good. I like it. I like it a lot.
And that's SmackDown. Well, there we go. I liked it. I thought it was pretty good. I thought solid ending there. I like the sort of like I said, the McIntyre bit at the beginning. I'm interested about this Asuka thing. Asuka Bayley continuing. Yeah, it's pretty good. I liked it. Yeah, I'm excited to keep building and start building up some more feuds for Extreme Rules.
Yeah, we got what? I think 5. Yeah, we have 5 episodes of Raw and SmackDown before Extreme Rules. So, yeah, like you said, it's the first episode coming back. It's like always kind of weird. You know what I mean? Where it's like because you're just like you're building to the next thing. We are coming off of an old thing. So,
yeah, it's like you kind of get stuck a little bit.
Yeah, because sometimes you're starting off, you're continuing stuff. Sometimes you're starting brand new things. So it's a little tough, but I like it. I like what you did this episode. Okay,
All right. I'm excited.
Well, I got my backstage segment written out.
Oh yeah, what do you got? What's your new segment now that you had to add one?
So first off, I had to move some things around. I moved the R-Truth Detective segment higher up in the card, right below the video package.
I thought you were gonna say, to the main event segment.
To the main event. The R-Truth, Hard Truths segment was moved up higher up the card, so it's right before the New Day War Raiders tag match.
Okay.
So that then the hole that is left there right before the Genetic Goddesses Morgan Ripley match, it's going to be a new segment where it's backstage. John Morrison is running out of the arena. Remember last we saw him, he was running away from Sheamus. From behind, we see Sheamus running after John Morrison. R-Truth drives up in between Morrison and Sheamus, stops Sheamus. Detective Truth arrests, quote unquote, Sheamus and drives away.
That's incredible. R-Truth stops Sheamus from attacking John Morrison and is like, Sheamus, you're under arrest. And Sheamus just like, oh, okay.
I mean, Sheamus is fighting back, but I like to think that like R-Truth does something stupid, like he has Sheamus is fighting it, R-Truth like opens the door to the car, but it hits Sheamus in the head, so like Sheamus is all dazed and just R-Truth throws him in.
I like that, or I like R-Truth is holding Sheamus somehow, and Morrison comes back and like kicks him or something.
Oh no, Morrison's long gone. We just see in the background Morrison's still running. But I was thinking about what do I do here, and I was like, well, last time we saw, I left two dangling Chads over here. I got the Morrison running away from Sheamus, and the R-Truth being like, I have to go after Sheamus. So I was like, well, I know what to do here. I know what my backstage segment is, and I got that.
Incredible, absolutely incredible.
It changes some things for next week, but I think I can adjust. I think I can adjust for it.
Fair enough.
I think it still works. So there we go. Oh, wait, shit. Okay, I can still do this. I'll just do this. I'll move. It actually shifted 2 matches down. It shifted a match from next week down 1 week, and the match following that down another week.
Awesome.
Yeah, so there we go.
Awesome.
It doesn't look like a lot of time.
Yeah, there's both of our cards, Raw and SmackDown.
Yeah, that's it. Raw and SmackDown,
Looking
baby.
Good.
Yeah, so that's it. That's our show. Like we said, that's Raw and SmackDown. If you like what you heard, specifically, individually, the Raw or SmackDown card, you can head over to @HitTheBooksPod on Twitter, and you can vote in the poll that's pinned at the top of the page. If it's not there, it'll definitely be there a little bit later, if not maybe tomorrow. But it will definitely be there at some point, in which case you can vote on which episode you thought was better. Was it Raw? Was it SmackDown? And you can vote all of that there at @HitTheBooksPod at that pinned tweet. And of course, if you want to stay up to date, because you want to vote to those things, you want to have the power. Basically, the power of the randomizer is now in your hands, listener. So if you want to stay up to date and make sure that you can listen to each and every episode when it comes out so that you can vote in that poll, well, then why don't you go subscribe to this podcast feed? Not only are you going to get Hit the Books podcast every single Friday, but you also will get another show titled Wrestling with Statistics with Pro Wrestling Musings on Twitter, all the stats and analytics about the week of professional wrestling. This upcoming episode, Mikey, in fact, we're going to be talking about the return of New Japan, of the New Japan Cup, with some high-octane matches there. I can say this.
Ooh,
I can say this now. I know Craig hasn't seen it yet, but I know for a fact that one of those matches will probably be the Yuji Nagata versus Minoru Suzuki match, which was, as someone tweeted at us asking the question, are you going to have a bitch slap ratio? Because that match,
should.
oh, Jesus, Mikey. Great match. Gotta say, great ass match, Nagata and Suzuki. Mikey, these are two 52-year-old men putting on a 4.5-star match.
Incredible. I'm sure. I haven't heard. Honestly, I've honestly heard more of Suzuki than the other competitor because I am not on New Japan at all. But I would imagine it was.
Oh my god! It was just a slap. It was just you're watching and you're like, oh my god, just slapping each other on the head and neck over and over again. Great, loved it. But yes, so you can get that extra show on there as well. And we're always thinking about adding more shows. If you have a podcast, if you you run a podcast, or if you just simply have an idea for a podcast, you can always email us. What is it? hitthebooks.pod@gmail.com, I believe. Or at the very least, you can go to htbpod.com, go to the contact page, and email us your idea for a podcast. If you have an idea, we'll happily add you. Happily work with you as well to develop that, because we always want to add more stuff.
Yeah, let us know. We're always open to new cool ideas.
Like I said, follow us on Twitter. You can subscribe to get all that stuff. And if you like what you heard overall, then of course you can leave a review. We would greatly appreciate the review. If you have some nice comments for us, leave that. We'll read it out on the show for you. So yeah, Mikey, anything else to plug?
Our YouTube channel, Hit the Books Podcast, where we have all of our 2K outcomes, which we take one of our matches in our card, and we simulate it on an WWE 2K game, and we commentate over it. It's really fun. We love doing them. We hope you like watching them because like I said, we love doing them. They're super fun. Commentating is great. And you can also find all of our pay-per-view reviews there and video versions of all of our podcasts.
Yes. We have all those things there. We definitely appreciate it if you go check it out. I was at Ryan Knightsey. He was at Mikey M13.
133.
God damn it! I forgot another 3. So close. Mikey, I should have had that prepped up. I was trying to get that real quickly. I was like, hold on, let me get this. At Mikey at Mikey M133. Mikey, I gotta ask, why M133?
Third time's the
What's
charm,
that?
baby. Said third time's the charm.
Why is it? Why M133?
Because 13 was taken.
So in a way, I was right. In an alternate universe, I was right.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I just added another 3 and hoped for the best.
Well, you can check us out there. Again, you can check the whole show at Hit the Books Pod. Thank you, everybody, for listening to this week's episode of Hit the Books. We will be back next week for all brand new episode of Raw and Smackdown. We'll see you then. Until then, though, we've only got 2 words for you. Book it.